Not long now for campaigns to officially open for the presidential election and elections into seats in the National Assembly. While different political platforms gear up for the task ahead, many of them may be weighed down by the handicap of internal strife, constantly shifting loyalties as a result of stoic viewpoints and emerging interests. Many politicians and civil society organizations seem to agree that issue-based campaigns must guide the interaction between prospective voters and those on the podium. That is, let's see your campaign document as against see and buy. In the PDP, it seems reaching an amicable understanding between the proponents of a shift in the chairmanship post position to the south and the helmsman is a long way off. We have this and more on the program. I am Fisayo Gofi. Welcome. The Nigerian police force this week banned all quasi-security outfits in the states and local communities from electioneering campaigns and other politically related activities. The Inspector General of Police Usman Akali Baba at a meeting of strategic commanders in Abuja directed the commissioners to convey the ban to state governors, local government chairmen, community leaders and leaders of political parties.
Ensuring the safety and security of all persons and property that will be involved in the entire electoral process without bias and strict enforcement of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Criminal and Penal Code, as well as the electoral laws without fear or favor is what this meeting of top ranks of the force is looking at.
That any unauthorized security agent found to be engaging in any election or political activities stands the risk of being arrested and prosecuted along with their collaborators. Redirect your intelligence activities to monitor possible elements that might be attempting to threaten the electioneering campaign process.
With barely 6 days to lifting the ban on political campaigns by the Independent National Electoral Commission, the meeting is also strategizing on best ways to address security, traffic and crowd management at venues of political parties' campaigns, rallies and other activities relating to the elections.
In the performance of these roles, we are expected to maintain an oath of neutrality in accordance with the Electoral Act. Be always at alert during our electoral security deployment, exhibit a high degree of professionalism and fairness in our dealings with all parties.
As critical actors in the electoral process, the outcome of the credibility of the 2023 general elections will be measured by the extent to which we abide by these professional and legal standards, as well as the nature of our decisions and actions as we interface with other political parties in emplacing appropriate mercenaries to guarantee a peaceful electioneering campaign process, says the IGP.
The Northern Alliance Committee has urged the National Assembly to ensure the passage of the National Electoral Offences Commission Bill before 2023 general elections. The committee says the prosecution of electoral offenders will be a major boost to election credibility in Nigeria.
This is a gathering of socio-political patriots under the umbrella body, Northern Alliance Committee.
The problems that are debilitating with the North, things like lack of education, insecurity, we draw the attention of government to these issues.
The committee is concerned over the dwindling economic situation in the country and political development ahead of 2023 general elections. It believes the turnaround will start with electing patriotic and able leaders through credible electoral process.
The establishment of a National Electoral Offences Commission will lead to the National Assembly to take urgent action on this will help in controlling and
to let us move beyond ethnicity, beyond tribe, beyond religion. Let us look at the power which only can assist Nigeria to become a great nation.
inter-ethnic unity, inter-religious unity within the northern region, and I'd like to add, by extension, across the entire country.
Even as the nation's economy is not looking good, with inflation hitting 20%, the stakeholders still give a pass mark to the present administration for the policies it has put in place to deal with the challenge and hopes for continuity for sustainable development.
It's just a few days to the commencement of campaigns ahead of the 2023 general elections, and we will be looking at that in the course of the program. A group of young Nigerians say divisive campaign messages must not be encouraged in order to get a robust engagement based on policies and programs.
Vote buying, attacks on opposition, ethnic and religious sentiments are some of the narratives surrounding Nigeria's electioneering seasons in recent times. Committee of Youth on Sensitization and Mobilization believes it is time to change this narrative and focus more on electing qualified leaders. This time, they are not just talking, but already partnering with the EFCC to put an end to vote buying.
The Commission have given us the mandate to mobilize one person per polling unit during election to monitor the vote buying. We are also working on that, and in due time we are going to switch into the next stage.
The Nigerian youth must not be cowed into accepting divisive antics of politicians, and we must say no to vote buying.
Youths can no longer take the backseat, says stakeholders at the conference, as the future of Nigeria is in their hands.
Youths are not specifically created for millions alone or kiosks. That we can do better and we can be the better that we seek. Their energies, their mobility should all be channeled towards having their participation for positivity, for desired results.
Apparently, achieving a free, fair and credible election is a collective responsibility, and the conference has resolved to work towards massive sensitization of the public ahead of the polls.
And so when campaigns begin later next week, what issues should be on the ballot, especially the presidency? Dr. Sirajo Yakubu, Senior Lecturer and Head of Department Public Law, Nile University, joins us now. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while. I know you've been, everywhere in the last, between when we saw last on the program. Now, in just a few short days, we expect them to start climbing the podium, talking about the different candidates and wooing Nigerians to their side. What should do or should we be expecting to be the issues that will be on the front burner when campaigns begin?
Thank you, Fisai, for bringing me back to the studio. I think first and foremost, there are issues, like you said, burning issues. The security issue, mostly. People will want to know how the candidates what plan do they have to solve the problem of insecurity in Nigeria, because every day now you hear an attack by bandits or people kidnapped and so on and so forth, and that is affecting the nation's economy, affecting the nation's standing in the Committee of Nations and so on. So definitely Nigerians would want to know how these, especially the major political, the flag bearers of the major political parties will solve the security challenges in Nigeria. Secondly, the economy. Our naira is depreciating by the day. Our revenue is dwindling. People will want to know how or what plans and policies that the major, the candidates of the major political parties will, bring about to at least, improve on the economic well-being of the nations and the Nigerians. I think these two major issues will be the at the forefront.
So, but apart from, the campaign promises, would there be another way to interrogate whether a candidate will be able to deliver the stuff is promised?
Yes, I think, the capacity has to be tested this time around of the candidates. And through debates, through media engagements, and through even engaging the candidates by the Nigerians will reveal which candidates among the many we have the capacity to lead the country out of the problems it is now, and to bring it back at least to the status Nigeria used to be in the Committee of Nations.
I heard you say almost twice or thrice there about issue of major political party. What if we have a smaller political party and we have with very laudable manifest, the party has a laudable manifesto, and then the candidate has a very strong story to tell in terms of what they want to bring on board. Will they have a chance, for instance?
The issue of election is not about only the manifesto, whether the political parties are on ground everywhere in the country. And that's why I've been talking about the major political parties, because if you take, for example, the APC and the PDP, they are everywhere in the country. They are everywhere, every ward, every polling unit, they are there. They have membership and they are represented, followed by other parties like the Labour Party and the NPP, which are I think trailing behind these two political parties. So the political parties serve and its candidates, they have good manifestos, may be competent, but the issue is that to deliver election is not just a matter of popularity or social media. There must be foot soldiers who go in to look at crimes of this country, to campaign for the candidates and to campaign for the political parties, and when elections are on, to be able to represent their own party at the polling units, to ensure that proper things are done, to ensure that the votes of the Nigerians count. So this is why actually. So for me, it would have been better to have in this country maybe 1, 2, 3 major political parties with equal strength, so that we Nigerians will have a choice. For example, if you take the United States, we have the Democrat and we have the Republican. These are the two major political parties, and they are everywhere in the United States. If you take the United Kingdom, we know the Labour Party and Conservative. These are the major, then followed by parties like the Lib Dem. And always, even in these two powerful countries, you realize that despite the fact that they have deepened their own democracy, there usually these two political parties are the one that slug it out.
Okay, let's move on very quickly, because even the parties and all the parties we've talked about, there are still some hurdles to cross, even internally. Now, the main opposition party, PDP's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar's blueprint roadmap for Nigeria has been described as an adaptation of President Muhammadu Buhari's achievement since coming into office. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, made these comments at a media briefing in Abuja.
This press conference, therefore, is aimed at exposing hypocrisy, deceit, and emptiness inherent in the opposition that condemns an administration, while also showcasing a blueprint that is nothing but a poor version of what is on ground today.
Describing Atiku Abubakar's claim as one which has no bearing, it is erroneous for the PDP presidential flag bearer, who is accusing President Muhammadu Buhari's administration of non-performance, to turn around and use present achievements, which are very evident as his blueprint. He noted that anyone using such claims as campaign stunts without acknowledging what the present administration has done so far is cheap and disingenuous.
The former vice president said in his economic blueprint, and I quote, rebuilding infrastructure and reducing infrastructure deficit will enhance the carrying capacity of the economy and unleash growth and wealth creation. End of quote. No one understands this better than the Buhari administration. Even our worst critics will agree that our record on infrastructure development is next to none in the history of this country.
On power, Lai Mohammed said it is apparent that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is far from the current efforts by the federal government in the sector, hence his futile power sector reform promise.
He then promised to propose legislation to, among others, give states the power to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity. It is apparent that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has not heard of the CMA's partnership with the federal government under the Presidential Power Initiative.
Describing Atiku's poverty reduction promise as well, the minister lamented over the former vice president's lack of information on the numerous poverty alleviation programs and schemes currently going on in the country.
Could it be that His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has not heard about the National Social Investment Program, the unprecedented program that is directly and indirectly impacting the lives of poor Nigerians and creating jobs, especially for the youth?
Lai Mohammed equally faulted Atiku Abubakar's promise that when elected, his administration would partner with the private sector to invest in infrastructure. The minister, while acknowledging that Nigeria may be facing economic challenges, the former vice president's pronouncement that the future of the country's economy is bleak is sheer scaremongering. Talking about debt portfolio, the minister maintained that Atiku Abubakar got it all wrong.
All right. Campaign season is upon us already. So, all right, in the PDP, the crisis on leadership concerning the chairman's zone and other related issues went up a notch this week with different pronouncements from different quarters. Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, says governors on the platform of the party are working to resolve the crisis.
This engagement between the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, the PDP Board of Trustees led by their acting chairman, Senator Adolphus Wabara, is to come up with solutions to the problems facing the party. As the conscience of the party, the Board of Trustees says it believes that the steps taken are part of their functions in the party constitutionally.
The solution for us, all of us, to come together, to come on board and then win the election.
We are all interested in working together, solve our internal problems, and then forge ahead and prosecute the electoral battle.
The meeting assures that Nigerians will see a more united PDP before the start of electioneering campaigns. The BOT members are to meet the national chairman of the party, Yocha Ayu, the party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, and also his running mate, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, on the way forward. Although the BOT members have met with some governors of the party, they have not been able to meet the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike. Meanwhile, PDP North Central Zonal executives have been inaugurated in Abuja with the charge to work towards deepening the ideals of the party. The 32-member executive committee cut across the 6 states of the North Central and the FCT.
Okay, that's one leg. Meanwhile, Governor Nyesom Wike had a media parley on the state of play in the PDP this Friday. This was one of the several engagements he has had on the issue this week. He also had a chat with stakeholders earlier in the week where he described himself as a committed party man.
Seated in this hall are stakeholders drawn from the 23 local government areas of the state. They are made up of party officials and other stakeholders in the state. The meeting is to intimate them on the happenings in the party, especially at the national level. Governor Wike said, unlike others who left the party to join the opposition party, he will remain in the party and fight for the enthronement of justice, equity, and fairness.
The issue that is begging is our own constitution of the republic. Section 736 is very clear. Elected and party officers must be sworn clearly. Now, you have taken the candidate, you have taken party chairman, you have also taken duty of the campaign. That's why they told the chairman of the duty to decide. So you know there's a problem. You can put pressure on him to resign. When his tenure has to come to an end, we cannot put pressure on the chairman to resign.
Said he is optimistic that PDP will win all the elective positions in the state in the forthcoming general elections. The governor urged members of the party to remain focused that while the state government has provided democratic dividends for the Rivers people and defended the interests of the state when it matters, they will also reciprocate by voting the candidates of the PDP. PDP State Chairman Desmond Akawo says they are loyal to the governor and will carry out all his political directives.
Alright, we don't have too much time on the program, just about 2-3 minutes. But even if we just want to take some bites from Governor Wike this week alone, this program will not be enough. But permit the pun. Will this work with Governor Wike not weaken the PDP?
Well, I think it will weaken the PDP seriously, because if you consider the fact that the main base of PDP nowadays, is actually the south and southeast. What it means is that if Wike is not supporting the party or the candidature of Atiku Abubakar, I think that is, it will point to the fact that there will be misfortune for the party, at least to say it mildly.
And of course, we know what this place he has said is a loyal party man. He had media parley, of which of course NTA was also one of the networks right there this morning. We expect to see more from the governor as things continue there. Very interesting hat he was also wearing in that particular occasion, with a little bit of feather right there. Perhaps it's also a pointer to the fact that it's a very loyal party man waving the feather. But let's round up now. The campaigns will begin next week. Of course, we begin to see. Are we likely to see more issue-based or more slinging as usual, singing, dancing, and cheering?
Well, I cannot say for now, but I think ideally this campaign should be issues-based, because that will help the country itself. If we allow it to dwell and to remain, business as usual to come and entertain people on the stages, then I think Nigeria will be getting it wrong. So Nigerians will be ready to at least scrutinize the programs and policies, the manifestos, and even the candidates themselves of each party, for them to make a very right choice. I think the press itself has a lot of role to play there to ensure that the right candidate is elected in 2023.
All right, to the candidates, we expect you to project, we expect you to talk to us. Let's hear exactly what you have at the different tiers of government. Nigerians are eager, and of course NTA will cover every point. That reminds me of so many strategies that politicians used to make, of course, even at the tertiary institution level, at the faculty level, those days when there was not a lot of microphones around. They say, let the fans, let the supporters just shout. I will just do as if I'm talking, and then people will vote in. But this time around, I want to hear exactly what you want to say for Nigeria. And of course, don't forget, this is the dial to continue to keep your fingers locked on for news, reviews, previews, and interviews. My name is Fisaya Ogunfuyi, thanking you for staying tuned, and this is the political season, so play your politics for the greater good. Bye bye now.
Thank you.